Greetings all. Today I'm Merry Meeples. We are looking inside the box of Resurgence. This game comes to us from somewhere, there it is, Half Kingdom Games. Here is the back. No one really knows what triggered the one-day war between the superpowers. A single day is all it took to end the before world. After the governments collapsed, leaderless groups of survivors huddled in the ruins of once great cities. The climate is brutal, the resources are scarce, and mutant tribes are roaming the wastelands. The world desperately needs a hero to rally the people and lift them out of the rubble. Game design by Stanislav Kordonsky. And then there's some more names. I'm going to stop reading names in general. There we go. 1 to 4 players, 14 and up, 60 to 120 minutes. Bunch of contents. Alright, let's open this box and see what's in here. We have a rule book. The introduction, the goal of the game. Here's a table of contents for quick reference. Here's the different components. There's the main board and its features. All the components continued. Here's the setup. This did walk us through really well. We have played this, and I really didn't have any issue with the instructions. They even put little gameplay tips throughout to kind of point out certain areas you may want to pay attention to. Here's the worker actions, survivor cards, more worker actions, completing missions, then the upkeep phase, final scoring, and then the breakdown of all the different actions on all the different boards, directive card index, all the different survivor cards, more gameplay tips, and then you have your solo rules, credits, the encounters expansion, and then on the back they do have an icon reference. Whee! Here's extra baggies I didn't use. Here's the card. This is for the solo player. You'll be flipping cards, looking at stuff for icons and know what to do. And eventually you'll flip it over to the other side. Here are player screens. Inside it's got a breakdown. In step 1, you're going to pass the first player marker. Next event, draw tokens from your bag depending on your compound level. Assign them to your spots, which are these, which have the player colors on the bottom. So it's going to set up like that. And then you're going to do the leadership track, and then put out your workers, and then this is upkeep. So as I said, these are your boards where you'll be putting your little tokens in the player colors. Here is the main game board. So these are for 4 players. And let's see, can I fold so you can see the top? There we go. This is the leadership track that you'll be moving along getting special stuff. Here are the spots you'll be putting workers out. So this needs that specific worker to get 2 gears, or it could be your leader. There's a little table up here that shows that labor, then your specialist can go where your laborer goes, and your hero can go wherever they are. And then up here is where you'll be putting survivors. You'll be getting and spending the bread to grab them, and then you got a score track around it. Here are your compound boards, so each player gets one, so there's 4 of them. They have little spots cut out because you can have up to 3 missions. That goes up here. When you complete them, you put them down here based on the icon. You have a little thing here to keep track of your compound level, so you start at 1, go up to 4. You're going to have rubbles on these, but this is where you can also put some of your tokens to do the actions. This keeps track of your med and your bullets. This is your gear, your fuel, and your food. Here are those rubble tokens. You're going to have them face down, not knowing what's on the other side. When you build in the room, you're going to flip them over and get what's on that side. This here is the first player token. A nice big chunky wood. Is that the Kremlin, I think? Nice big chunky building. This is some of the event cards. Go to a specific area, so they give you this. So you can put that in the area, so you can remember that that's where you need to get. Or if you go there, it's got stuff going on. And then you get these little mutant discs, mutant wood discs with the little graphic. This is how all the discs are, the nice wood discs with the stuff printed on it. But that is the mutants. Next up, you have this baggie with all the some of the player color components. So these are the ones that kind of keep track of the board and your leadership and other stuff. Grab all the green ones. Grab most of the green ones. Where's that? There it is. So again, this is in all the player colors. Here are your tokens. There's one that ran away. So that's to keep track of your med. That's your bullets. These go on the leadership track. This is your score token. Flip it over if you get above 50. And this one is to track your compound level. As you go up on your board, there's your board. So as you go up, you just slide it up on the different spots. These are little tokens for you to keep track of your fuel, your food, and your gear stuff. I can't remember what they call it, but I just call it a gear because it looks like a gear. And they do give you one extra of each. This is the stuff for that Encounters expansion. So you see you have different creatures, an extra deck. Actually, that deck is a solo deck. And then the Encounters table. Here are those wood bits that you put in your bags. So that is one of the specialists. There's your other specialist. There's another specialist. And right here, this is your hero. So on one side, it's a man. The other side is a woman, so you can choose when you put it out. But there they are in the different colors. You also get bags for each person. It's a bag builder. This black bag is for the expansion. Otherwise, everyone gets a bag in their player color. First baggie of cards. So these are the backs. So these are your survivors. And this is a hero card. Everyone starts out with one of these to give you an ability. And these are a once per round ability that when you use them, you'll flip them over. And the little icon up there shows you that it's your hero token. Although it doesn't need to be used on your hero token. This can be used whenever. Then here's other survivors. So as you can see, they have the name. They have this little picture because when you get the survivor, you're going to take a token that matches that symbol and put it in your bag. And then their special powers are down here. You have a bunch of these. So again, that is your survivors and your heroes. Next up we have a mission deck. So you have the basic missions, you have the starter missions, and then these are special missions. Oh, sorry, those are the starter missions. Still regular, special. Here's the events. It's got the little radio tower, which is also on your compound board because you can't get these until you're on level 3. Just show you a small smattering of what they are. So they have a name. This is what you need to spend. You need to complete this when you put your person in a district that matches the center, and then you'll get the stuff on the side. So 2 gear, 2 food, 4 fuel. When you're in that green area, it'll give you 7 points and a build action. Move them up on leadership. So as you can see, wide variety. Starter missions are pretty simple. This is 2 food, a gear and a fuel, a bullet, a food and a fuel, and a gear. And then your basic are easier. So that is your mission cards. One last deck of cards here. Or pack of cards, I should say. So we start off with, these are salvage cards. So you're going to deal out 3 of these to each player at the beginning of the game, and then draft them. And these are going to be what you're going to be starting out with at the beginning of the game. So if you take this, you're starting with 2 food and a gear, 2 food and a med, a fuel, and one of those tokens in your bag. Next up, we have the event cards with those binoculars on the back. So first one is the beginning, so the first round has no special rule. Then as you go through, like this one's during upkeep. So this has that binoculars, so this is in Museum Row. So you take the binoculars and you put them in Museum Row, so you remember that when you place them there, something could happen. That's a lot of words. Alright, now we get into the directives cards. You choose one from A's and one from B. B's are down here. And then this is end of game scoring as long as you've reached at least level 3. So here are your B's and then your A's. So like I said at the beginning of the game, one from here gets chosen for everyone to score at the end. And then you have your mutant cards. So in a 2-player game, you're going to flip up 2 of these every round. In a 3 and 4 player, you're only going to do 1. You're going to flip it up. You're going to look. So this is a 4-player that's nothing. You're going to look here. So you're going to find that area on the board, and you're going to put a mutant in each zone in there. And then if you go where a mutant is, you have to spend a resource or critical supply. So that is the stuff that is in Resurgence from Half a Kingdom Games. I was the Groom on this Merry Merry Meeples YouTube channel, showing you the things in this box. Alright, have a good one.